Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Darth Cinema, coming at you with another Batman v Superman video. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these. Anyway, I need to talk to you guys about something that's kind of just come up within the past 24 hours. So, for those of you who don't know, last week, I believe it was last week, the trailer for Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition, was released, promising another half hour at least of content that would hopefully fill in the blanks, fix the editing mistakes that I feel went wrong with the film in general, and probably add some new motivation to Lex Luthor's character that would probably make him a better villain. Because when you look at the two villains that have been drastically different from their comic book interpretations, at least that we know them, and I know you guys are going to say he's Lex Luthor Jr., but the modern audiences and comic book readers are just more accustomed to the original Lex Luthor, and that's why we don't like him. Plus, the performance was awkward as fuck, so I just don't like Jesse Eisenberg's performance, and I am fully entitled to that opinion, so whatever. Anyway, I was hoping the Ultimate Edition would fix this, but the cinematographer, Larry Fong, went on Twitter about, I believe it was last week, saying that essentially if you liked the theatrical cut of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, you're going to love the Ultimate Edition. And if you didn't like it, though, you're probably still not going to like it. Well, apparently he's changed his tune. So I'm going to read you this little article. This comes from ScreenRant.com. So here we go. Now that Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice has all but concluded its box office run, attention has turned to the impending home media release. Warner Brothers will make the film available on digital HD starting June 28th, before the physical Blu-ray hits retailers on July 19th. The biggest selling point for it is the existence of the infamous R-rated Ultimate Edition, which adds roughly 30 minutes to the runtime and ideally provides clarity on some of the film's more muddled elements and subplots. The studio has been pushing the extended version ever since Batman v Superman first opened in theaters, so they're obviously hoping it can improve the movie's poor reputation. Recently, Dawn of Justice cinematographer Larry Fong seemed to dash those dreams, taking to Twitter to suggest that the Ultimate Edition won't change any minds about the final product. But after another viewing of the film, Fong is convinced that even those who dislike the theatrical cut will find something to enjoy. And this is what I will read to you his original tweet. The original tweet from Larry Fong. This is a quote from June 2nd, 2016 from @Larry Fong. Those of you who are fans will dig it. If you hated it, you'll still hate it. So, this was done yesterday at 12:16 p.m., which would be June 10th, 2016, and this was his new tweet. Watched the hashtag Ultimate Edition again. Now believe, all caps, everyone will love it. Pre-order today. Hashtag Batman v Superman. Hashtag WB Home Entertainment. And he puts a link to the to Batman v Superman Twitter to promote the Ultimate Edition. There is a chance that Fong really did have a change of heart once he saw the movie again, as some people's opinions alter upon multiple viewings of a film. This is true. Batman v Superman is a work with a lot on its plate and probably requires moviegoers to watch it 2 or 3 times in order to digest everything beyond the initial face value impressions. I've actually watched it multiple times. I've watched it twice. I didn't like it the second time. Really, I'm a competent thinker, and I can actually catch up with what they're trying to do. They try to stuff way too much into one movie. The death of Superman should have been left out. That should have been handled for, in my opinion, the sequel to Man of Steel, which would have been pushed back post-Justice League, and I think that would have been awesome. But now Doomsday is dead. Well, yeah, they can bring him back, and I hope they do bring him back, but it's not like they're going to do Death of Superman again. I mean, it's bad when you have freaking 6-year-olds walking out of the theater asking, why did they kill him if he's coming back for Justice League? Those 6-year-olds know that he's coming back for Justice League. What was the point in killing him anyway? But that's neither here nor there. Most DC fans, including ones not taken by the theatrical version, have expressed an interest in seeing the director's cut to see what impact, if any, the extra footage makes. At the same time, it's important to keep in mind that Fong was heavily involved with Dawn of Justice and is most likely promoting the home media release, trying to pump it up for consumers to boost sales. Now, this is why I am worried about this. Because, if he had just... he should have rephrased this differently. Because the way that the tweet is framed, like watching again, now believe everyone will love it, pre-order today, it honestly paints the picture that the WB execs got mad at him for what he said. They're like, oh, this is just going to drive more people off. Because, again, I was put off by his original tweet because I was willing to give the film the benefit of the doubt once more. Because knowing Zack Snyder, to be fair, his director's cut versions are usually a better product. Watchmen being the prime example of that. Granted, they still didn't do the whole squid thing at the end, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, Watchmen's director's cut was great, and I'm curious to see what the Ultimate Edition fixes. I mean, I did hear rumors that we will see Batman's raid on Lex's compound to steal the kryptonite, which I was mad that we didn't get to see that. But hopefully we get a little more Superman scenes that humanize him a bit more, that we actually get to spend a little bit more time with him in this movie, because I think that they were kind of all over the place with Superman's story pertaining to Lex Luthor and everything else. It was a mess. The film's editing was a mess, and everything just felt way too rushed and stuffed in. Anyway, back to the article. Batman v Superman generated such a polarizing response that it's difficult to see how the Ultimate Edition can sway all the naysayers, save for some drastic changes. The fact that this version is rated R has generated controversy from the beginning, as some viewers are turned off by Snyder's already darker take on the DC mythology. Critics were displeased by the movie's po-faced nature and grim outlook on heroism, and extra bits of violence and brutality, which pushed it from PG-13 to R, are unlikely to make Batman v Superman a more humorous affair. Fong addressed the complaints regarding the film's tone in a follow-up tweet with a joke about scenes that will, quote, blow everyone's mind. And apparently, this is another quote. I don't know whether to take this one seriously. Yes, they've added snarky comedy humor comebacks to all of Batman's dialogue. I honestly, he links another tweet to the DC EU. Oh, yes, it was an answer. It's like, hi Larry, is there any scene in the Ultimate movie that'll be blowing everyone's mind? So we're going to see some snarky comebacks for Batman, which is not unheard of. Batman's been known to make those kind of stuff before. I mean, I've seen a lot. The DC animated universe, I'll say, a lot of their animated films are some of the best in terms... Well, not their New 52 stuff. The New 52 stuff has kind of been crap with Batman Bad Blood, and the Justice League movies kind of being subpar. There really hasn't been animated movie that's blown my mind since Flashpoint Paradox. Like, that has actually been legitimately good, and I'm hoping that The Killing Joke... Well, actually, I'm not even hoping. I am damn sure that The Killing Joke is going to blow my mind, because this comes from Bruce Timm, and it's going to star Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy, my Batman and Joker. I don't care what people say. Those two will always be the Joker and Batman to me. Many will perceive this as a swipe at Marvel Studios, who are well known for incorporating comedy into their productions, but this is a comment made in jest. Nevertheless, it comes at an interesting time for the DC Extended Universe, which just saw a major shakeup behind the scenes with the apparent intention of injecting hope and optimism to the franchise. WB is trying to do whatever they can to ensure that future installments are better received, and that may include mixing things up tonally to make the upcoming adventures feel more fun. Suicide Squad is being looked at as a potential turnaround, thanks to gleefully kinetic marketing campaign built on throwback pop music. I'm not gonna lie, those trailers to Bohemian Rhapsody 1 was fucking awesome. It remains to be seen if snarky comedy humor comebacks are in the DCEU's future, but there's a good chance not all of the entries are so serious-minded as Batman v Superman. Final thoughts on this. Obviously, I think it was a major stumble with Batman v Superman, and I'm going to make this clear from the get-go. I love both Marvel and DC. It's just like I like comic books and manga, and I like those equally. There's nothing that makes me a fanboy of one or the other. If anything, I was a fanboy of Batman growing up. I'm still a Batman fan, and I am interested in what they're doing with DC Rebirth. They're making Clayface part of the group. Yeah, Clayface is part of the Bat family now. Go figure. I can't wait to see what that's doing. But this was a disappointing movie for me because it just seemed like it was missing that aspect. I know that a lot of the DC super fans, I don't want to say fanboys, but I want to say super fans or hardcore fans will argue that this was a deconstruction of superheroes and not everything is bright and colorful. But the point of heroes is to give people hope. Some heroes like Batman obviously are more of a darker side of justice than, say, Superman or Wonder Woman. They're supposed to give people hope, and I honestly think that was missing from this movie. And hopefully films like The Flash, films like Aquaman with James Wan directing that, and I'm interested to see how Aquaman is going to be marketed because that's a very difficult hero to sell. We got news that Cyborg will be teaming up with The Flash in his own solo movie. In The Flash's solo movie, we're going to get a Flash Cyborg team up, which would be pretty good. I'm still not convinced on Ezra Miller's casting for Barry Allen. I'm just going to have to wait until Justice League to see how this whole team works together. Because that's what I think where Justice League will either stand or fall. Say what you will about Marvel. The great thing about the Avengers is that the actors can mesh together on screen very well. They bounce off each other extremely well. Nothing like their dialogue with each other kind of flows together. What I don't want is a group of sticks in the mud. I want Barry Allen to be an optimist. I want these characters. I want Cyborg to say "Booyah!" Goddammit! Come on, we got to get that once. I will consider Justice League a failure if Cyborg doesn't say "Booyah!" Not really, but seriously, come on, you gotta have him say his catchphrase. Wonder Woman looks interesting, and she was one of the aspects that I really liked about Batman v Superman. And who am I missing? That's we got what? Cyborg, Flash, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. Yeah, that's it for now, but and obviously we'd have no idea what's going on with Shazam at this point. So, anyhow, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think that this 180 by Larry Fong was just like maybe perhaps him having a change of heart, or do you think that this was more of the studio sticking its hand in and just wagging the finger at him going, no, you're going to promote this no matter what, and he's just has to do what he's told? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let's try to be nice to each other, guys. I want to have civil conversations here in the comments. My name is Darth Cinema. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, please consider hitting that thumbs up button, subscribe for more content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, and have a great day.